Trying to foster proceedings.
Thank you for joining us again for the second half. So as I mentioned before, with the second half, we'll now sort of move away from the questions and answers and leave things to Jonathan and the rest of Spirit to kind of run the second half. So we could have Jonathan's guidance, his wisdom, we could have other members of Spirit giving their wisdom and guidance as well and teachings. And we could also have messages and evidence for anybody in here. So if that does happen and Jonathan or anybody else brings through anything that you can connect with and you think it may be a message for yourself, please do speak out, sort of use your voice as clearly so that everybody else can hear, as well as Jonathan can know that he's giving not only the right evidence but that also if he's giving the wrong evidence to you and it's not for yourself, somebody else then may be able to, it may be for somebody else. He may explain as well that sometimes if messages are given, they can be given people that aren't in this room. They could be given for a friend of yours, a relative of yours. So if you think that it even could be that, then feel free to speak out. It's something we do encourage. And again, if you're able to just remain quiet while Jonathan is coming through to us and Elena's going into trance, and if you have to leave for any reason, then again, please do so as quietly as possible. But I hope you will enjoy the second half, and I'll pass over to Elaine.
All right. Is everyone ready for the second half?
Yes.
All right. More music. I need to learn how to skip. Silence is golden. These things take ages, don't they? All I need to do is the finale and trip up.
Oh, no.
I bet they're having a good old laugh up there, haven't they? Look at that, look. Alas. Is it working now? Is it still connected?
I don't know if that's a pause.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
watched you all milling about, going about your daily lives. How wonderful. Mingling together and chatting to one another. Perhaps going over old times with memories and discovering new ones.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
Yes, they are definitely here. Now, the first one that has come here tonight is Pat. She has been wanting to get through all evening, and she is a mother and a grandmother, and she says to me that she passed with this lung condition here. So she's got a lung condition which put a great strain upon her heart, and she is very much here, and she's going over to this side of the room. And she wants you to know that she is happy in spirit, and she has also mentioned Carol, oh, she was correcting me. Carol, she said, Carol on the earth is still there. And she's talking about her name being Patricia. And she had white hair. She was a lovely woman, only a small lady, but very mighty. And she is very much here tonight. And she is saying, I have great-grandchildren on the earth, at least 4 or 5 of them. And I have a daughter and a son on the earth that are separate, but, you know, they're living their lives. And I'm happy that they are. And she has also mentioned Jill that is on the earth, that is getting a bit older now. She's saying probably one day she will join us, but I'm happy to be here. And she has been dancing around the room all evening, and she's got a pretty blouse on here and a long skirt. She's a lovely lady, very helpful to everyone. So if anyone can attach themselves to this beautiful soul, she is also a mother. And as I say, her son and daughter are still here on the earth. Yes. So Pat is here. I know that there is more than one Pat in the physical world, but this is the spiritual world. There are many Pats here too, but this one is you know, quite unique. But she had this, looks like a lung condition, a breathing condition that she was going through. So have a think about her, because she has been waiting all evening. And sometimes I would like you to know that they do come to people that you know and connect to, but that aren't here this evening. So if you want to pass a message on to someone that is knowing about that, or any information that I give to you, that it can be passed on to bring others comfort that aren't here today. Yes, I'm sure their thoughts are with you. Now I do see that we have a young gentleman here, a young gentleman that took his life, and he is connected to a Matthew, and he is saying that unfortunately he didn't want to be in this life anymore. He had a troubled mind. He had what you may think of as, on the earth there is manic depression, but he would be fine one minute and he would be in a bit of a state the next, you see, and he would sort of go off into a world of his own. It was seemingly impossible to communicate with this young man, and he is connected to this Matthew that is still on the earth that he knew. Now he, unfortunately, as I say, joined us in the spirit world by taking his own life, and he is connected as Stephen here tonight. Stephen.
Yes, I can take that.
Wonderful. He's saying, oh, thank goodness, because there are so many people here and it's been so hard to get through, and I'm finally here and I love you and I brought the dog with me.
Thank you.
And that was the dog that the medium here connected to. He's saying, so I'm so happy to bring her to you, Tina. Yes, and I love you, it's mum, it's mum, it's mum. Hello, yes, we have an interruption there. Yes, would you connect to this mother here? Because there is a lady sitting beside you, and she said, well, we've got the dog and we've got this young man here, and we're all here for you. We know that you've had a few troubles going on, darling, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right, we assure you. We are with you. We are with you. And will you stop worrying unnecessarily, they're saying, about your health, because, you know, look after yourself. You know. And they want to give you love, they want to give you healing, and they say you want to be loved and somebody isn't appreciating you. And they need to appreciate you, and they need to help you a little more.
Thank you.
Who is Diane?
Diane?
I have a Diane here.
I don't know Diane, sorry. No.
Yes, she seems to want to. A Diane is on the earth, yes, not in spirit. Diana, that's it. Do forgive me. They do correct me. Diana.
Diana, no, I don't, sorry.
Were you one to connect to Princess Diana rather a lot?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, she seems to want to help you on your path. Yes, and she's saying, well, there is another Diana on the earth that you will meet. She's very nice. And, you know, I do help people on the earth. I loved mixing and mingling with the people.
Mm.
In the end, I just wanted to be with them, you know. I didn't want to live the life that I had. You know, it's not always spring and joy in the royal life. And, I'm happy in the spirit world. Yes, somebody's said it wrong. Yes, and I want to say, yes, thank you. Ah, yes. Now, the gentleman at the back there with the beard here, they should have Tesla with you. Tesla.
Mm.
Over there, yes. And, you know, he's quite a studying gentleman that is sitting there. He's been studying the situation all night. He's very much the great thinker, just like Tesla was, the great thinker. And he is the great healer too, because you are a healer, sir, at the back there, with glasses and the beard there. You are a healer. Always have been, always will be. And, you know, you do have spirit doctors working with you that want to. And if you would wish to take part in that, then it's absolutely fine. But you have a scientific mind sometimes, don't you? And of course, these other scientists from the past and inventors come through, they're all around you. Yes, very much so. So, you know, you will take on similar characteristics in the way that you look in physicality to what you were in the previous life. Yes. And I believe that your name was Felix. Felix. In the previous life. I just wanted you to know that. Now, I want to say that others are going to start making their way through, and I would say that we have Daniel here. Now, Daniel is on the earth, I believe, and I do believe that a mother is trying to connect to Daniel. They all call him Danny, so I would want to put Danny in his 30s, and this lady is connecting to him. She is his mother. His father is still on the earth. And he was very attached to his mother and very broken when she passed to the spirit world. But unfortunately, she had cancer and could no longer fight it. And she is very much here tonight for her son, Danny, who is the eldest. And there are 2 other girls. So if you can connect to this, anyone, please do speak out or forever hold your peace. Yes.
Yes, I understand that.
Wonderful, sir. And you would understand you are connected to this this lady.
Yes.
Yes. Are you Danny?
No.
You have a relative, Danny.
Friend.
A friend. Yes, it's his mother. I would understand. Yes. Or your mother, because there is a lady here that passed with cancer that is trying to connect with him.
Yes. My mother.
Yes. And you know, she loves you. She loves you, and she's saying, you know, don't cry for me, Argentina. She was very funny, wasn't she? The truth is, I never left you all through my wild days, my mad existence. I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance. I love you, son.
Thank you.
Don't be worried for me anymore. I'll always be beside you. I never left you. I know you think about me and talk about me. I'm so happy when you do. I know you know that I'm around. I did send you a feather. Did you get it?
Yes.
Oh, keep it, darling. It's from me. Tell everyone that I love them.
Okay.
I'm boiling the kettle and making tea in spirit.
Like that.
Was she like that?
Yes.
She wanted to make everyone welcome into her home. And now she is saying home is where the heart is, and I am at home, my true home.
Okay.
And one day we'll be together, but you have your life to live. And she is saying that you are wanting to move again.
Yes.
And, you know, as if you're looking for somewhere to settle, but in here is where you settle, she's saying.
Okay.
Love you. And she's talking about saying looking after 2 sisters, is that right?
Yes.
She sends love to them because they were also devastated naturally. But they are needing to be coming a little closer, she's saying.
Okay.
Perhaps they will one day, who knows. But they do care for each other. And I want to say Cindy to you. Cindy.
I'm not sure.
Well, I think she's having a little joke here. Cinderella, she's saying. Someone at their workplace is being taken advantage of and treated a little bit, you know, that they shouldn't be expected to do so much. So that is somebody around you. Yes. So I hope that helps you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Now we do have, you have a reverend with you. He is your spirit guide. Yes.
Okay.
That's right. And his name is Andrew. He is a spirit reverend. And he gives you his blessings and says you could do healing if you wanted to. And you would be very good at it. It will bring you much joy, helping people. So it is up to you, sir.
Andrew's my brother.
He looks after you. Yes, he does. I want to say we have Molly here. Molly. Now, this is a cat. Probably about 10 of you would call out Molly for a cat. But I'm going to point where Molly is. She's over here. So, can you speak out if Molly is for you?
I have Molly, yes. I have hardly a cat.
And would you understand a tabby cat there?
Yes, I do.
That is Molly.
Yes.
She's right next to your feet. She loves you so much.
Yes.
And she's saying you kept her basket after she passed.
Yes, we did have her, yeah.
Yes, and like a little cat shrine to her, she's saying, because you didn't want to give my basket away and you didn't have to. And I sometimes would lay in it. And I have been to you in your dreams.
Yes, definitely.
And we've sat together and you stroked me and talked to me and it felt so real because it was real.
It does, yes.
And I believe you had her ashes or something here, did you?
Yes, we did a different one, actually, it's not Molly's.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, she is with that cat.
Yes.
I understand that cat is a boy.
Yes, the second one, yes.
So he's with her. Yes. And did you want to call a cat Griffin or something?
Maybe my children did, yes.
Yes, they wanted to call
They
it
were Harry Potter fans, yes.
They wanted to call the cat Griffin. Yes. And you said, no, I'm not calling out in the garden for Griffin. As if I've gone mad. I think Griffin is a wonderful name, yes. It's characteristic. Yes. So that little cat is wandering round with her, and now they're both at your feet. There is a black cat here named Sooty.
Yes, there was, it's the very first
Yes.
one.
So Sooty is with them
Very
too, and Sooty is the boss, you see. Sooty is the boss. Always like to sit in high places, and Sooty is looking after them all, you see.
Oh, beautiful.
Last but not least, he's saying, and I love you too. So the animals connect as well as the humans, that were human, yes. And of course we have Michael that is with them.
Oh,
So that's Archangel Michael, as you see.
oh, that's beautiful.
And I know that you talk to Archangel Michael. And we have Doris sitting with them too.
I do, yes, I do know Doris.
Yes, Doris loves you, and she said, you've got to handle it with care, darling, if you know what we mean. You've got to be a little bit, you know, a little bit subtle with your words with something.
Yeah, yeah. I try. That's not happening.
And there is a little girl that you lost.
I don't know the gender, but yes, I did ask.
Well, it was a little girl,
Thank you.
and she's named herself Emily.
Oh, beautiful.
And she loves her mother. And she's saying, I look after all the pets in spirit. They don't need looking after.
Oh, thank
And
you.
she is saying, I fly on the giraffes' backs.
Oh.
Yes. And she says Colin to you. Colin.
I
Or
don't know.
Colleen, she's saying. Colleen. So look out for Colleen on
I
the
will.
earth.
I will.
Yes, she will be very helpful to you. And she says, get some reflexology on your feet, mother. Because you keep, yes, you keep saying about your feet, they're in pain, and you get
Oh, they're
reflexology.
terrible.
It'll help you.
I understand that, yes.
Yes. And she said that your father is here, your father.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, and who is John?
John, I don't recognise that name.
I think we are going to someone else, so take that all with you. They love you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we do have a beautiful golden dog here, a golden Labrador retriever. You see, he's going over here. It's a boy.
Charlie.
That's right. Yes, he's right next to your feet. He's saying, you did the right thing for me. Don't ever feel bad about what you had to do, because I was in so much pain. And I love you forever. And I thank you for letting me go, although it broke your heart. I am still with you. I sit in the hallway because you've heard scratching in the hallway.
Yeah.
Well, it's me. I'm scratching the floor, he's saying. I tried to get through to you. I love you.
Oh.
And he is saying, I protected you. I
Yes.
chose you over everyone else. You know, I loved everyone, but you were my extra special person.
Oh.
And thank you for taking me for walks in the wreck. He's calling it the wreck. I wrecked everything. Because I walked in the wreck because it was the house that I wrecked.
He used to steal the neighbours' clothes.
Yes, and he'd chew them up and dribble all over them, yes. And they would say, oh no, not again. But they would love him. Yes. He said, I haven't got any more clothes to tear up. They don't wear them here.
Oh, buddy.
They wear gowns and things, and I can't be bothered, he's saying.
Dig up their gardens,
Yes,
mate. Dig
I
up
can dig all the fields and gardens up. He's saying I absolutely demolish it. Then somehow it repairs itself, and I find a bone there. Yes.
That's him. His big hand bone.
Yes, he said, I took my hand bone to spirit with me. I'm not leaving that there. Oh, what a joy these animals are tonight. Oh, goodness me, I love them so much. Yes. And you said you are a right Charlie, didn't you? Yes. And do you remember the fire guard? He tried to get behind that. Somebody's talking about a fire guard here. Is it a baby gate or a fire guard or something? He's talking about that.
There was a fire.
Yes, are you a fire in a front room or somewhere? But he's talking about the fire guard, and you know that's what he's mentioned saying
There
about
was
this.
a fire, but it was outside.
Yes, he's saying, well, thank goodness it was. And I was scared of that, he's saying, so I just run in the house. But anything else, I'd chew it all up. I was a fuss pot with my dinner.
Yes.
Yes. And he has mentioned Abigail.
Abigail.
Yes, your guardian angel isn't going to name themselves Abigail, although they don't need a name. Abigail is with you.
Okay.
And she's saying, you know what you've got, darling. You know your abilities. Use them. Yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. They love you so much. And we have Billy here. Billy. Now, he would have been William, but sometimes people called him Bill, but mostly Billy. And we have Jack here, too. Now, there are two separate people, but they're both on this side of the room, I do believe. Bill and...
Take Bill and Billy.
Yes,
Take Bill and Billy.
Bill and Billy and Jack. Would anyone understand Uncle Jack? Jack?
Yes.
And the memorial to Jack, the memorial that everyone wanted to club together and get. So you may not, well, I will go back to Bill and Billy, and they're two separate people, I understand. So would you understand this, or Bill or Billy, sometimes they call Bill or Billy.
My dad was Bill, my brother's Billy.
Yes. So he preferred Billy because he thought Bill sounded like an old person's
Yeah.
name. So he wanted everyone to call him Billy instead.
Yeah.
And if anyone called him Bill, he used to get rather perturbed about it. Yes. And William, Bill in the spirit world, loves him. And loves you too.
Okay.
Yes, and Bill in the spirit world was a bit of a character.
Yeah.
And he loved life, you see. And he is saying, well, I love life here because it's beautiful and it's better than the earth, but the earth is beautiful too, yes. I want to mention Carolyn. Carolyn,
No, I can't take her.
you haven't met her yet,
Okay.
but I think she's going to play quite an important part in your life. Nothing to worry about, but just a good part, an important part. And somebody is dangling house keys in front of you for a business keys. Would you understand this?
No, I prefer it to be house keys.
Yes, but you will run the business from the home, you see.
Okay.
So you're going to have your own business, and that will be in your new home. So they're dangling house keys
Okay, thank you.
in front of you. They're saying, they're dropping them in your hand, saying good luck, and you won't need it because we're all with you.
Thank you.
Dennis, we have a father here named Dennis.
I can take Dennis.
Father is, would you understand him to be fatherly?
Yeah, it's my brother.
Yes. Oh, well, he cannot be your father when he's your brother.
Yeah, but he was the father.
He was a father,
He
yes.
looked after me.
Yes. So he had to take the place of your father, I understand.
Yeah,
And would you understand that there is a fatherly gentleman with him?
yes.
So they're both together, father and son.
Yeah.
I love you. They both say how much they love you and that you were devastated when your brother passed.
Yes.
And it took you ages to come to terms with it. You were more accepting of your father's passing than what you were of your brother's passing. And there seemed to be a little bit of a distance between you and your father at one point.
Yeah.
But he said that gap is closed now, darling, because I'm making it up to you. And so is your brother, you know. We're together. We're arm in arm in the light. I love you.
Okay.
Who is Darren?
Darren's a close friend.
Yes. Did he know your brother?
Yes, yes.
So he's giving his love and gratitude to you and to Darren and to other family members. And he is saying there is a young boy in the family.
Yes.
And I see sort of blonde, wavy hair
Yeah.
around this boy. Would you understand?
Yeah.
And he guards him and protects him. Yes, he does. And who is the fan of Star Wars?
That's me.
You have some of the characters on a windowsill in the past?
Yes.
Yes, because you've got Chewbacca there. And they're showing Chewbacca, and you never understood what he was saying. It was just a growl, he said. But you know, we're happy that you love that sort of thing. Fantasy is wonderful, and envisaging something of a beautiful fantasy and imagination of the mind is you know, beyond comprehension. We love you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Now I want to say we have. Yes, you better tell me, ID. Yes, we have Bet here, Betty. Now there are lots of Bettys, but this is.
I can understand a Betty.
Oh, you can. Yes. Would you understand her as like an aunt to you?
Grandmother.
Yes, she was an aunt too, but I want to say that she has a pleated skirt on,
Yes.
and she has a blouse with little lapels on it.
Yes.
You see, and she said, you know, I didn't like anyone fussing over me.
That's right.
I was very independent, and if they fussed too much, I used to get a little bit stroppy with them, and I didn't mean to.
Yes.
It's just that I always used to doing everything on my own because I had to,
Yes.
and that made me very independent. And I love you so much, darling. She's got her arm around your shoulder, and she's saying, now don't you worry, it's going to be fine.
Okay.
Only a
I'm
few
afraid-
more weeks to go and it'll be done. So
Okay.
I won't discuss it here, but would you understand what she's talking
I
about?
do, yes.
Yes. And she's saying, Lily, Lily, Lily. The flower of lilies. Did she not like them?
I love them.
Yes. Well, she's surrounding you with them.
Yeah.
White lilies, pink lilies, all sorts of colour lilies, and she's saying, you know, that I'm giving them to you, so I hope you do like them, she's saying. Yes.
Thank you.
And she has mentioned a brother around you,
Yes.
and she's saying, give him my love too, or if he doesn't believe, just think it.
Okay.
You have a guide, my dear. His name is Samuel,
Thank you.
and he loves you. He's there in the gown. He's giving your left shoulder healing because he says that you've had some trouble with it.
Yes.
He wants to help you, and he says you need some physiotherapy on it.
Okay.
Yes. And we want to say, who had a doll named Jemima?
Me?
Yes. You watched Blue Peter then? Yes. And they say your little doll named Jemima, no one was allowed to touch it, you know, because you cared for her.
Mhm.
Yes, and they love you for that. Now I want to say Rex, we have Rex here, and not wrecking the house, but we have a dog named Rex here. He's over here, yes,
Yeah.
and sort of a medium-sized dog,
Yeah,
and there
there's
is also a border collie here. The border collie.
Yeah, I can take both those.
Yes, they're both with you, and they love each other so much. The other ones seem to have floppy ears. So there's another dog here too. It's a spaniel. You have your two dogs there, but there is a spaniel there with them.
I know of a Springer Spaniel.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. He is with them. Joan, dear Joan. Yes,
I have an Aunt Joan,
that's right.
but on the earth.
Yes, we're giving her healing at the moment because
Oh,
she's not
lovely.
been feeling too well.
Right.
But she's not joining us at the moment. We will not tell you when. But of course, she needs to look after herself and not to overdo things. We have Wally here. Did anyone remember Wally?
I remember Wally.
Yes. And Wally is sending his love and regards to you. And dancing. He's dancing in the spirit world. And somebody had arthritis in their hands. In other words, their hand would be like this. You see, there was seemingly terrible arthritis in the fingers and hands. And one hand couldn't open properly. Now this is an elderly gentleman. And yes. Okay, there are so many here. Yes. Okay. That is Richard. Richard is here.
Right.
He had the arthritic hand, you see, all his fingers were arthritic. He was in quite a lot of pain, but he smiled his way through it. He was a father and a brother, and of course an uncle too. He is very much here, and he is saying, although I had this terrible arthritis, it was my heart that gave out on me, and I am very much here over this side of the room today. Now, if anyone can take this, Richard, he is a father, uncle and a brother in life. And he has a little bit of a beard there going on, and always kept his full head of hair all of his life. Yes. So,
I have a Wal and a Dick in my family, but I don't remember too much about them.
yes. Well, he does definitely come to connect over there, so I believe he's at the back there, so he must be tapping you on the shoulder. Yes. Oh, they want some attention over there, do they? Something tapped, did you hear it? I want to say that they're saying Becky's going to do well. Now, does anyone know about Becky on the earth? Rebecca?
Or Becky.
Yes, she's going to do well with something. I think that she's going to have a bit of a windfall that will help her go on her learning journey. So she's not going to be in millions, but there's some sort of a windfall here that will help her do something that she wants to do. So So you can let her know if you want to. Yes. And I want to say we have Chris here from the spirit world. Chris. He is a brother and a father, Christopher.
I can say Chris.
And he is here and he is saying, no more crying. That's right, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
And he is saying, I'm so happy and jolly in the spirit world, and I thought it was a lot of nonsense when I was here. But now I realise it is absolutely real, it's amazing, and I want to show it to you, and I will try to get into your dreams. Was he a friend to you?
He's my father.
Ah, well, fathers are friends too in some lives, aren't they? And he is saying, well, we're like the best of friends, Jonathan. I love him. I love him so much. And I want him to know that. And he did the right thing. He did the right thing. And he is saying that you've had some trouble with a relationship.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes, and that you need to work through it. It's going to be all right, son, he's saying. Because it's going to turn right around, would you understand? It's going to turn right around.
I can understand that, yeah.
And there is still love there. There's still love. And it's going to rekindle. It is. I cannot lie to you. It's going to rekindle, and you will love each other even more deeper than what you loved each other before. But relationships go through bad patches, and sometimes you need to go away from each other and come back to each other, and then you will appreciate each other more. So your father is saying it's all right, and you know, I'm with you through all of your troubles, son. I love you so much. You can talk to me. You're not going mad. You're not going mad. And he's going to this area of the body and also this area. Would you understand?
I can understand that, yes.
Yes, so he is saying everything just went wrong, son. And I was breaking down. And I just couldn't be here anymore. But I am happy to be home and I am with you. And I know you sent somebody around and it's me. And I'm with my mother too, so she loves you. Yes. And I want to say Kenneth.
I've got Kenneth.
Yes, take his love. He adores you and always will. Now Kenneth is here. Kenneth is over there and he's saying happy birthday. So to a young boy in the family, happy birthday that is coming. He's talking about a November birthday.
It's very close to November.
Yes, sort of on the cusp of it. And he is saying happy birthday. And he is saying happy anniversary to you.
Yes, that's coming up soon.
Yes, and he's saying, do you celebrate it anymore?
No.
What a shame. He said, why don't these people bother celebrating their anniversary? It's a joy to be together. And I'll celebrate my anniversary of life with you because I love you, darling.
Thank you.
I love you. And you keep going with that project you're doing. You're doing a wonderful job of it.
Thank you.
Now, I want to say somebody was studying ancestry in here, their family history. I want to go down the middle.
So the lady at the back with her hand
Yes.
up in front of her.
Yes, and you've come across some wonderful things, but you are trying to trace a family member that you could never find.
Yes.
And, you know, were you trying to chase up a female?
A male and female, really.
Yes. Well, sometimes, my dear, females can be hard to find because they marry.
Yes.
And they remarry, and of course their names change, and so that is what makes it hard for them to be found sometimes. But I believe you'll get to a point where you will find him.
Oh, thank you.
Have you? I believe you got a stepfather.
No.
Who has the? I want to say somebody's got a stepfather.
I've got a stepfather.
Yes, that's right. And you know, you love them just like the real father. But there were awkward times at first.
Yes,
Yes, and you seem to grow together as years went on.
that's right.
Yes, and he became like a friend, a good friend to you.
He did, yeah.
But in the beginning it was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you thought, I don't want my mother to be with him
That's right. Yeah.
because he's awful. But then something happened and it turned everything around.
Yes.
Yes, you're going to be all right. And you have Peter with you, who is your guide. Peter,
Oh, nice.
he is with you. Yes. Now I know that your earthly time is getting along, so I suppose I'm going to have to step back now. But we want to thank you all. We love you forever. Know that. You don't need to feel lost. We're here. Even though you cannot see us, you may be able to see us if you are lucky enough. You can sense us, feel us. Even if you don't, we are here. You can call us out any time that you wish to, because you are truly and utterly loved. Always. So we bid you good night, and God bless you until I speak with you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. If you'll all join me in prayer. Father Universe, we thank you for all the joy you've brought to us this evening, for bringing us here together and allowing us to connect with our loved ones and our guides, pets in the spirit world. That's wonderful. And we need it so much. It helps us to get us through this life. And we don't know what we'd do if we couldn't connect to them. So we thank you for allowing it through any medium that brings such wonderful messages. May they carry on doing so. And we thank Jonathan for all the hard work that he does and our guardian angels. And we thank Tom and Lucy for all the hard work they do for getting these things together. And I don't know what I'd do without them. They're my beautiful family that I love very much. But we ask, Father, that you send us all the love, the healing and the grace of protection and the brightest of light. And may this continue with us and our families, friends and pets now and throughout the days to come. And may we all have safe journeys home, Father. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Right. Back to life. Thank you everyone for coming along. Thank you. You've all had a look at the things there, and thank you to those who appreciate it and bought some. Hope you enjoy it all. I hope it stays together for you. I'm sure it will. Oh dear. Thank you.